It's the people that are going to deliver on a consistent basis the services in a way that you're going to find trust, you're going to believe in them or not. You talked also about internally the role of trust and alignment. And misalignment in the C suite is one of the biggest challenges we have. Tell me a little bit more about what you think about trust and alignment and how they relate to each other.
Well, I think alignment is important. It's like having sort of technically everybody being aligned, focused on the same objectives, having the same values and so on to an extent. But I think trust is more really not just having each other's backs, but really believing in the direction you're going and believing why you're there, what you're doing. And that needs to flow down the organization as well. I think having that at the top is a big plus, because if you don't have that, it's going to make it very difficult across all the other areas. Functional leaders in the business, do their teams trust them? Their teams felt heard, listened to, aligned, yes, but then beyond that, do they trust their leaders? I suppose that's really the key thing. And that's something you have to build. It doesn't just come. You don't just press a button, do a PowerPoint presentation, and then trust is there. There's a lot more to it. I'd say one thing is a lot of it's about what do they want to hear? And I think one of the things I'd say is ask them, talk to them, have as many conversations as possible. I get the most information about what's not going right after work events, when you just talk to people from across the organization and in the kitchen or by the water cooler, that kind of thing, having a coffee.
A lot of things that you mentioned there, I would put in the bucket of company culture.
Yeah.
And company culture, I do a podcast in the HR talent acquisition industry. We had a gentleman on, he was a PhD and he's a chief people officer, and he did his thesis on proving that literally employee engagement, if you can get employees engaged and excited about working in the business, that translated directly over to customer engagement and then growth in the business. He not only connected those dots, but he proved them, right? You kept saying things like they have to feel like they have a voice and they have to trust in their leaders. And that's not something that just happens. If you don't direct it, there will be a company culture. But from what I'm getting from what you're saying is you have to really work on that company culture. Is that a good takeaway in order to build that internal trust?
You have to work on it all the time. And like anything, it will evolve over time. We evolve as people every day, so companies evolve as well. And so, having a set of values, which is a good data point, depending on how it's being created, is really good. But beyond that, it's what people think of you. What do they say to their friends when they go home? What do they say to and I'll talk a bit later about connections and long-term impact. But I think it's what do they say to their spouse, their partner? What do they say in the pub? That's when you get the barometer of what they really think. And if that's the same as what they say and think at work, then you've got alignment and you've got, assuming they say good things, a good level of trust.